Anyone who's ever pinned on a race number, from the youngest junior to the oldest masters racer, knows how hard it is to actually win a bike race. But for those few who have crossed the finish line first, it's a moment you never forget. Sometimes it can even launch a career. We spoke to the riders of the Pro Peloton to find out about their first ever race win.
It's some obscure junior race in Lancaster County outside of Philadelphia.
I don't think I can remember the first race I ever won. I can't remember the last race I won.
I honestly don't remember the first time I won a bike race. I remember the first time I lost a bike race.
I think it was a time trial.
Wow, it was actually the first bike race I did. It was a track race when I was like 10 years old out of the Outkick Velodrome in Houston.
It was time trial in the climb. I was eight years old.
It's an uphill time trial.
Yeah.
You borrowed a friend's bike.
Yeah, and I won one category more up. From that moment I started to do bike. Yeah, the mountain bike.
Just a road race and just smoked the sprint. I just remember just dropping everybody.
How old were you?
25, 26, probably 25. I think I got into it when I was 25.
Well, I went down to League on the Isle of Man they have, and I went down on my BMX and thought, yeah, I'm going to do good here. They were mountain bikes and go around, full gas, 2 laps, I was last. I remember my mum sat there, my mum was laughing at me and said, listen, if I have a bike like the others with gears, I reckon I can, race with it. My birthday came, I got my bike. The league was on the Tuesday, my birthday was on the Monday. I went down on the Tuesday and it was raining, so it was rained off. I was stuck there like drenched, no one else there. Just went down the next week and had my rally mountain bike, went down off a stop, I won. I went down the next week, I won. And then that was it. Went to England, started to win there, and it worked like that.
Oh, I do remember now, is when I beat my dad on a train ride. That was the first race I ever won, and that was probably the most important race I ever won, for sure.
I actually thought I'd won it before I did the classic 1 lap early, and then realized that, I'd screwed up, and there was another lap. It was like 24K or something like that, so I then had to keep going, but it was all right because I was like a K in front of all the 80-year-old Masters 5s that were doing it when I was like 14.
For the juniors, it was like a handicap, like a staggered start, and so if you were on scratch, it was a kilometre, but I think I had probably 400 metres handicap, so it was about 600-metre race, and they didn't catch me. So that was my first victory.
They had to stop the race halfway, 3/4 of the way through, because there was a tornado warning about a mile away. And they restarted it in pouring rain, and I think there were maybe 5 kids in the race, but I won, and that was the first one.
For me, was an important point was winning the Dutch time trial championships, and from there they noticed I had some talent, and from there on I could go outside Holland, which was pretty good for me because I needed some hills to show what I could do, and from there I went better and better.
At the end of the camp there was a race and the winner got a free bike, and I ended up racing and didn't know what I was doing, so just went as hard as I could the entire time and ended up winning the free bike. So yeah, it's a good start to the career.
I think I was like 5, and I was fully convinced I was going to win this like kids race around the block, and I got schooled by this girl that was like 6, but she was like 3.5 feet taller than me. She beat me by miles, like just whipped me. And that's fueled my entire racing career ever since, just that feeling of loss. So all the victories have been washed away by that one loss.
How about you? Have you ever won a bike race? If so, tell us about your first victory in the comments section below. For a video on how to train for your first bike race, click up here. And if you're still there at the end of the race, you'll wish you'd watched our video on how to sprint like a pro, which is just down here. And to subscribe to GCN, just click on these kids hungry for their first taste of victory.
If you could say something to that girl right now, what would you say to her?
I'm over that loss. Don't feel too happy. I'm over it. Don't worry about it. It's made up for it over my various victories and accomplishments over the years. I have a big stack of medals that say so.